welcome to CV Talks. Who is a gaslighter? Oh my god, don't get confused. I said who is a gaslighter, not a what is a gaslight. Gaslighters, of course, you use in kitchen, I know that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about who is a gaslighter. You wanna know that? Then keep on watching this video. Welcome to CV Talks once again, and today's edition is all about the psychological phenomenon of gaslighting. Now, this word came from a movie, 1944. There was an English movie named Gaslight. Okay, now what is happening in this movie is very interesting. We have the hero as well as the heroine, their husband and wife, Paula and Gregory. And what they do is, now Gregory is a little, he doesn't want Paula, or rather he wants Paula's, the wealth. Okay, she has some hidden gems with her, and every time what he does is, in the family itself, whenever she is busy in the kitchen or something, he goes to the attic. Okay, now attic is the place where the gems are hidden. Okay, now he goes to the attic and he switches on the light and searches for the gems and steals. Okay, so this has been happening for a while, and every time he goes upstairs and switches on the light in the attic. Those days it's an olden house and old electricity style. So what happens is, whenever there is a lighting which is put up in the first floor or in the attic, the lights below in the common room actually dims or blinks. Okay, so every time he goes up, Gregory goes up and does this and comes down sneakily. He does this very sneakily. He doesn't want Paula to know that he is stealing her gems. So he comes down. Paula tells to her husband, casually, she says, you know what, did somebody go to the attic? There's something wrong with the light over here. It just dims. She doesn't know it is because of the switching of the attic. But every time she complains that there is something wrong with this light over here, he says, that is your imagination. There is nothing wrong. It's all right. It's all your imagination, honey. Okay, and you are too stressed out. I think you should take some rest. Come, let me give you a massage. So this is what has been happening in Gregory's and Paula's life. And the movie goes on like that for a long time, and various instances, and finally Paula realizes that all her gems are lost. Okay, now this phenomenon, this concept of somebody trying to manipulate another person by sweet talking or by denying that their thoughts are imaginary or their thoughts are different and they are not normal. This kind of abuse, or rather this kind of usage of words, are actually a sort of emotional abuse, and many of us are victims of that. Many of us, in many workplaces, we find such people who are highly manipulative of trying to convey their things in a manner that the other person doesn't even know that he or she is getting manipulated. I'll give you a certain characteristics or certain examples of how these type of people behave, based on which you can identify just 3 or 4 items I'm going to share today. Number one is that the gaslighter personalities, basically they override the reality. Okay, now this is very simple. In the same case of gaslighting, the example of Paula and Gregory, they just whenever Paula complains that there is something wrong with the light, he says that it is just your imagination. There is something wrong with your mind. You are too stressed out. You have something. It is all your imagination. You don't have to worry about at all. Nobody else felt so. Only you are feeling so. Okay, you are crazy to even think like that. Okay, only you have a problem. So these kinds of statements are what these gaslighters put on you. Okay, so we think that at the end of the day, after hearing this for a long time from a gaslighter personality, if you are along with that kind of a person for a long time, what happens is that you start thinking that, of course, maybe something is wrong with me. Even in this case, Paula actually starts doubting herself, and Paula, after some time, actually, even Grigory wants to institutionalize her. I mean, to confirm that she is mentally ill. Okay, so these kinds of manipulative behavior is what the gaslighters do. Gaslighter personalities does. So that is number one. They try to override the reality. Okay, the second characteristics that they normally have is that they try to isolate your support system completely. Okay, so how I this is again another interesting example. This, I think, again we find a lot of people like this. Even those women who are in domestic violence or victims of abuse, they normally face this kind of situations. Every time Paula feels down or Paula feels a little confused about how whether she's right or wrong, she tries to approach her friend. Okay, and Grigory, he manipulates it so well. He says that, don't believe what your friend says. Your friend says something, which is she's insane. I mean, she is having some problem. Okay, your friend is not worthy of you. Your friend doesn't deserve you. You are so nice, or something like that. Sometimes, a praise actually helps in getting back the trust of Paula. Okay, now basically it is an important characteristic of these kinds of gaslighter personalities that they always try to maintain the trust. They always try to maintain the victim in their circle. They don't allow the victim to take support of any other network. Okay, so this is the second characteristic of a gaslighter personality. So they don't allow you to have any other friends or family or relatives. If at all you try to approach any of them, they will put some kind of a wall in front of you. It could be an emotional wall, it could be a physical wall, it could be any kind of a wall. Okay, they try to block such connection. Third characteristics which I'm going to talk to you is that most of these gaslighter personalities, they have a tendency towards sexism. Okay, now what do I mean by that? They like to stereotype people. So for example, again, there was this wonderful study released in 2014 by Dr. Kate Abramson from Indiana University. It was published in a journal called Philosophical Perspectives. In that, the study actually is done, or rather, it narrates the incident that happened to a girl student. Now, this girl student found out that the boys in her class, okay, the college student, the boys in her class have actually, created certain ranking for the girls in their classroom. Okay. It's like, you are rank list based on attractiveness, not on their intellect, but on the attractiveness. So this girl came to know about that, and she felt a little offended, and she went and spoke to the boys. Okay, now this girl went and spoke to the boys and said that this is misogynistic. Don't do such things. So the boys actually used the tactic of stereotyping her to a whining baby. Okay, women are generally stereotyped as somebody who complains, who keeps whining about unnecessary things and such things. So they started complaining, or they started telling her that, see, you are a whining baby. You have crazy perceptions. You have you are thinking, imagining things. There's nothing like that. There's only a simple ranking. What is there in it? So basically, they try to put down her, completely saying that she is shouting, or she is creating a noise for nothing. Okay, this is how normally any gaslighter personality or a group of gaslighter personality reacts with the help of sexism in a culture where this kind of behavior is accepted. So this is the third characteristics. Now the fourth characteristics which I wanted to discuss is about the gaslighters is this: they always make sure that you agree to their point. Okay, they are very argumentative. Not just they are manipulative, but they are also argumentative. They make sure that you agree to whatever they say. Okay, they don't allow any other any other concepts. They don't want to listen to what you want to say. They don't accept any other things. They just make sure that you agree to whatever you say. Okay, so this is again another characteristics of a gaslighter personality. So I just shared 4 characteristics. There are in fact more characteristics of gaslighter personality. What I would suggest is to read more about this phenomenon. And why I thought of sharing this concept here is because in our society these kinds of personalities exist without even getting noticed. The most important why gaslighter personality is a very I would say very dangerous thing is that they all are so beautiful, they are all so well mannered, they are all so nice at the outset. In fact, I was reading another story by a woman who stated that she never knew that she was living with a gaslighter husband for 20 years. After 20 years, she realized that she was actually living with a gaslighter personality who manipulated her entire, her identity, and he took away her entire identity. So many times we are not aware of these kinds of things. That is why we think that this is the normal, but it is actually abnormal. In fact, most of the gaslighter personalities are at the verge of either becoming sociopaths or narcissist personalities. They already are, having this narcissist personality disorder, and in some cases, they may also have obsessive compulsive disorders (OCDs) and similar psychological illnesses. So they actually need a therapy, but the disadvantage with or rather the tragic part of living with a gaslighter personality is that, or being or working along with that gaslighter personality is that you end up getting chucked out. If it is a workplace, if it is an organization, if you have one gaslighter personality in your department, I'm sure the others will feel the difference, and the others will only this person will be actually trying to get all his or her things done, and the others will be feeling the heat of it, and they will all slowly leave the organization. The attrition will be very high. And similarly, in a family, if this happens, if we have one person like that, I'm sure the family atmosphere will be very difficult, and there could be instances of domestic violences as well. All right. So with that, I'll conclude this episode of series talk on personality and psychology. If you like this edition, please do subscribe to this channel, and also do share with other friends who may be interested in these kinds of topics. I plan to bring about these kinds of education related or educational topics primarily on personal growth, personality, psychology, and similar areas. Even to a certain extent some management and HR related topics as well, because those are my areas of interest. All right, so see you all next time. Thanks for joining. Bye bye. Yeah, one more thing. I will share some resources below this. I'll put it as a comment in this video itself, which you can read more about this concept, and hope you find it useful.